But I have a concern. After 2 rounds with the anti-stall letter, including the affidavit for I got it denied for my student. Question is why? Still the Bureau. Just don't stop. You don't stop. They have every right, even with the to keep you stringed along. Now, did you call them, James? Did you call them and tell them that the dispute was yours? Oh, Sherman, nice to see you again on Saturday morning. James. Not yet, but I will on Monday. No. If you're doing mail with tracking, you have to call them before the letter arrives. Okay? Signature letter? Yeah, brother. At this point, you got the... Yeah. That's what... But I... Nope. Nope. Don't let them get it. Say, I have tracking. I know that it has arrived in your location. Whether you have reviewed it or not, I am letting you know that the document has come from me. Please don't give me any BS that the document is not mine. Make sense? Perfect. I give it a shot. I'm not going to say it's too late, but if they've already sent you a stall letter, it's too late. But this is, you know, when I tell people, like, there's ways around these stall letters. Like, did you send the affidavit out 2 weeks before your next round? Okay. So you're supposed to send an affidavit out 2 weeks before your letter, and then the affidavit on the top of each letter. So they can't deny that they haven't received it. And what do I say, guys? What do I say for people that have been here? Always mail with tracking. Always mail with tracking. Track that to its location. Because if you don't track it to its location, you can't literally have a dispute with them if you don't say, well, I don't know when it got there. That's why when I look at it, it says, you want to send certified mail? I'm the first one to say, hell yes. But you have to do it properly. Okay? Ray, always. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Send another one right now. Send another one right now. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I got 4 minutes. I'm giving everybody 4 more minutes. Or actually, no, 3 more minutes. The envelopes, the mm-hmm. That's that's your envelopes. That's your envelopes with stamps. It says 850 next to it. Yep, that's your envelope and stamp. That's your mail with tracking. That's it. Hey, Ray, take that down. If she's having a problem understanding that, take that down because we have to change it. We have to change the description so that never happens again. Okay. Yep. I'll work on that this weekend. Hopefully by Monday everything will be changed. Yeah, I don't like when people don't understand something. That's not good on my part. That's not good customer service. Okay. That's the mail with tracking though. That's when I talk about tracking numbers, ladies and gentlemen. That's the tracking number. So that's getting the envelope. We give you the envelope for free, but that's the tracking number. That tracking number is what makes sure when I'm talking to James and James asks me, well, how do I know? But that's the tracking number. So when you know you're checking it out, you know when it gets there, that's when you can then start any other tactic that you have. That's when you can start any other tactic that you have to make sure that you're attacking the bureau correctly. The hairdressers, okay. Okay. Yeah. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Did you go back to the did you go to the 3B report and update the 3B report? Or did you go to My Free Score now and just update it on the home screen? Do me a favor, Miss Taylor. Do me a favor. Go look right now before I start class. Go look right now. If you go click 3B credit report and it doesn't say the recent date that you pulled it, okay, then we have an issue. Okay? That's where you would then do that, refresh over there, then move on. But if it says the recent date, go to the software. I think they have an issue with guys, Q&A is done. I'm gonna start the software in literally 15 seconds. So we're gonna move on from this. This is my last question. We're gonna move on, and then we'll do Q&A after. Once you do that, then pull it into the software and see. I think they have an issue where they switched the dates, where it's now day, month, year. So double check all of that and make sure that that's good and everything matches. All right, awesome. All right, let's get rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get on with the software. It is 10 minutes past, and I'm getting started. All right. Anybody that has a question, please lower your hand down. Save it for when we go into the Q&A section. And we're going to go from there. I am going to allow you to unmute yourselves. Raise your hand if you have any questions. But I'm going to pick certain pieces off. This is a basic class. I'm going to go through slow. I'm going to go through in depth. And everything will be good to rock and roll. And everybody, do me a favor. Whatchamacallit? Make sure you fill out the attendance form. Make sure that everybody goes in and fills out that attendance form. Please let me know. So the first question is, before we get started, how many people have actually registered for the software? Put a 1 in the chat. A lot of ones. Perfect. How many people have not registered for the software? Put a 2 in the chat. Maybe I should have asked that question instead. Okay, so everybody that's here that put a 2 in the chat, I need you to go register for the software right now. Everybody that's here in the chat, go register for whoever you came from. So if you came from, for all the 2s, put who you come from. Did you come from Dion? Did you come from Darius? Did you come from Smitty? Who did you come from? Ray, put all the whatchamacallit, Dion, put M2, put Phenom, put all the registration pages in. Okay, Dion, we're getting Darius, M2 Fico Fixers. Ray's going to start dropping in the links. And everybody should be registered. I'm not moving forward until you guys register. It's free to register. Doesn't cost you $1. You're able to follow along with you can't follow along if you can't see what you're doing. Okay, FICO Fixers, do me a favor. Get Dion's page up there. Dion's M2 Phenom. Get the registration page up there, Ray. Anybody else? And put a ready in the chat as soon as you guys are done with that. No. There you go, Ray Ray. No problem. I need like 2 more readies, and then because I saw there was 4 people that haven't registered. I need 2 more readies, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. Tony, fantastic. Sherman, you register? Ready? Okay. Purnell. Serenity, you already got the software, bro. Perfect. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and everybody's going to see what's going on. Just give me a second. I want to make sure the screen's up. Let's go. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen with the software up in front of my screen. Perfect. All right, fantastic. Everybody can see my screen. So, what I want everybody to do, the ones that have registered, let me get rid of all these pictures. The ones that have registered, I want you to follow along with what's going on over here. I'm going to read through the FAQs really quickly, okay? And we're going to go through that, and I'm going to read them to you. And I'm going to stop at page 6 on the FAQs. So to find the FAQs is very simple. You go over here to FAQs, or you can go to the Get Started section and go down to FAQs. Either or works. And it's going to give you the slideshow that pops up over here real quick. So when we get this slideshow, we're going to go through it. So I want to answer a couple questions for everybody right now. That I feel that the first 5 slides answers a majority of questions that can get us through basic training. Do my letters need to be printed in color? No. They can be printed on both sides though. Do my letters need to be stapled? No. Do my letters need to be mailed all together? They need to be mailed in separate envelopes, whatever goes to each bureau. Okay, so no, they cannot be mailed all together. Do my letters need to be mailed certified? Professional opinion, yes, but they do not. It's whatever is good for your pocket. What credit monitoring services can I use? My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, My Score IQ. FYI, if you're using the software, only My Free Score Now is the best one to have. It allows the Epic Pro report, which unlocks the most aggressive attack, and that's the one you want to use to be able to work in the software. Okay? When will I see results? Try not to judge results until after the 4th round. How often are trainings held? Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m., Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m., Saturday at 11 a.m. How will I get my link for the trainings? Your community, the M2 Facebook group, or the homepage of the software. I'll post a question in the group, but it does not. It does not get posted. Just give them 24 hours to make sure it meets community standards. How do I purchase more individual attacks? There's a spot in the software that says purchase more individual attacks. I'll show you how to do it. Each individual attack costs $40. Now, I'm going to fix this over here. How can I upgrade or downgrade? You do not upgrade or downgrade until you are done doing what you need to do in the software. And what does that mean? That means when you are working in the software, do not, if I tell you to upgrade to this package, do not stop right now and go upgrade for that package, cancel your subscription, any of that stuff. What you do is finish what you're doing in your package, cancel, then upgrade to what you need to do. Because what happens is people go and they go to upgrade their package, they cancel, then something happens, life starts lifing. They go to try to do an attack. Now you lost your package, you lost your cancellation, you can't log in, and now it's a whole big mess. So what I tell everybody is, do what you need to do. After you do what you need to do, cancel and upgrade immediately. Do not cancel and upgrade, and then life starts lifing. So do that after you're done. How do I locate my letters that have been generated? Click the Send Rounds of Attack tab and click on the person's name or the profile name. It'll show up. It'll bring up the historical attack area. How do I pay for the software to mail my letters? Great news. I am the PAMS provider. I'm one of the 3. So this does not equate to me. Our service, if you have to wait 24 hours for an invoice from us, there's a huge issue. We're within 10 minutes. And if you don't get if you don't get a response within 10 minutes, I leave a phone number for everybody at the end of class for you guys to be able to reach out to the printing team and say, hey, did you get my letters? Did something happen? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And anybody that prints with us gets free walkthroughs through the software if you ever get stuck. So once you become a paying client, automatically you become a part of the family, which you get more access to people to help you with the software. So that's a lot of, and there's a lot of people in here that print with me. I know there's a lot of people that print with me in here. Okay. How many attacks do you use each round? One attack will be used per profile. This one attack will attack all negative items on the credit report. Thank you, William. I appreciate you, sir. Okay, ready? Let me explain this one because this is one the most. This one's the one that's going to blow your mind. Okay. One attack is called 1 GA. So everybody write GA in the chat. Okay, because everybody's going to ask me what a GA is later. So I'm going to write 1 GA. Write it in the chat, ladies and gents. I want to see a bunch of people write a GA. What's a GA? It's called a general attack. A general attack is like a token for the AI. You have to pay for the AI to generate a letter for you. Okay? You have to pay for the AI to generate a letter for you. So this 1 GA can take your one attack and generate everything that's on your credit report. So if you have 100 negative items, it will generate 300 letters and 3,000 pages. Let me repeat that one more time. If you have 100 negative items, it will generate 300 letters and 3,000 pages. Does that make sense? Put a yes in the chat or put a no in the chat. Perfect. Okay. So yes. I want to make sure that everybody understands that, because that when I get to the pricing section, I start explaining GAs, people get lost. So an attack is a GA. A GA is the one that creates the letters for you. So as long as you understand that, we can move forward. This is going to really push you forward in the system real quick. Okay? If my headset dies, ladies and gentlemen, just bear with me 30 seconds to get it on the charger. Give me 30 seconds. Let me get it on the charger before my headset dies. And then we're up a creek without a paddle. Okay, let me do this. Okay. All right. Perfect. Can everybody hear me? Yes? No? Maybe so? Thumbs up for the people that are on camera. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was worried about that. All right. So, when we generate those letters, okay, it will take 1 GA and put it in there. It'll utilize 1 GA, but you'll be paying for your tokens, and that's what it is. Each person requires a GA for each month. So every time you generate a letter, you need 1 GA for each month, and that will generate a token that will take a token out each month to generate those letters. And each month, every letter will be different. Cool. Do I need to attach my ID, social security, and address verification? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, do not redact anything on your letters. If you don't feel comfortable putting a letter like your bank statement, don't put your bank statement. Go put a utility bill. So I heard yesterday somebody showed me that somebody said to them to white out or black out the first 5 numbers of the social security card. No, do not do that. They already have your social security number. They're just matching it. Okay? And the same thing with your ID. Make sure that you guys understand that. This is the thing. This is the Bureau. They already have that data. So we want to make sure that we know over here not to do that. Okay? How often do I send out my rounds of attack? Okay. Every round of attack should be mailed out between 15 and 30 days. This is on you guys. Do what's right for your pocket. I'm going to say this all day, every day. Do what's right for your pocket. Okay? If your pocket cannot afford to send it out 15 days, do not send it out every 15 days. Do 30 days. It's just going to take a little longer. Okay? Always do what's right for your pocket. If you don't do what's right for your pocket, you will wind up giving up too early, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to stay on board and make sure that you get your credit done, because that's how you really get the access to the things you want. Do I need to remove the positive accounts listed on my credit report? No, it's an AI system, guys. I can actually teach you a hack tonight. I taught it in my Friday class yesterday. For the people that keep on coming, I could teach you hacks to the system that you guys will never believe. I need to check the green boxes and do yourself option. Again, the more expensive thing is to do the green boxes. Do what's right for your pocket. It's all up to you. It will create more letters. All right? Put it ready in the chat if we're ready to go over the software. I'm going to do something different today. If you're new, if you have never generated a letter, never been to this class, okay? Put 30 in the chat. Put 30 in the chat. I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to have some fun. Do you know why I said put 30 in the chat? For everybody that's still new, that has no clue about credit repair, who's got no idea about what's going to do, I'm going to show you how to generate an attack before we even get anything set up in 30 seconds. I'm really going to teach you guys how to literally get rocking and rolling within 30 seconds, and then we'll come back and show you how to set everything up. Ready? I'm going to go to the send rounds of attack area. I'm going to go to the attack area. Well, after I add my client, I'm going to add my client. I'm going to click maximum efficiency focus, depending on, or maximum efficiency, whichever one you want to do. I'm going to select my mailing team, which is me, TPMPA. There's your discount code. I'm going to click generate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I'm done. Who's on the fence about fixing their credit? 30 seconds right there and then. Who's on their fence? Why did I put 30 in the chat? Show you can be done in 30 seconds. So right now, for everybody who came in, who was sitting down with all these other people, and you came in through all these people, I literally showed you how to generate an attack in 30 seconds. So now, when you sit through this class and you listen to me talk, and I go through all the nitty and gritty until you set up, that's literally how it is. After I teach you how to set everything up, it takes you 30 seconds to generate credit. Actually, it takes you less. It takes you about 15 seconds. So everybody in the chat right now, tell me right now, do you have 30 seconds a month? Which 8 months, because one round is 8 months, one whole attack thing is 30 minutes, 8 months. Do you have 30 seconds for 8 months? Let's say for a full year, it takes you a full year. Do you have 6 minutes to fix your credit on a full year? There's no reason that nobody should be signing up today. Because that's the key. Stop paying people to fix your credit when you could do it yourself in 30 seconds. And that's the AI. That is the AI. I can teach you how to do it yourself in the most aggressive fashion without utilizing the AI. So when we get done today, people are going to get literally, I should see a bunch of signups today. Ready? Let's go. Let's go back to the home screen. So on the home screen, this is the most important thing that I go over. These pieces right here. Your name. Why? Because it's your name. You want to make sure that you're sending out your stuff with the right name. Your email address, which is also your username, how you get in and out of the software. And you remember that GA? You remember when I was saying GA? This is your general tax. That is how many you have. So you have I have 975 of them. This is not mine. Like at the end of the day, like this is not my account. This is Dion's account. But yes, 900. So my videos are held only on my server, so they're on YouTube. Ask Ray for the chat. Ask Ray for the video, and Ray will drop both YouTube channels so you guys can go watch it. There you go. Drop for you. Okay? And we're live on one right now, so we're live on YouTube right now. So everybody that asks any questions, anything that we're doing, we're always live. Every time I run a class, we're live. If you want to join the Facebook community, click over here to join the Facebook community. Very easy. Everybody should join the Facebook community. It's free. There's people like you that are going in. They're getting, I saw somebody that had a win yesterday. It was crazy. They got like 97 inquiries removed just from the software. So, you know, get in there, see what people are doing. So if you have any questions, if you're like on the fence about the software, here's where you can see what's going on. It's free. A bunch of people, if you got a chance, go do it now. That's why I said go register. It's free. Technical issues. If you ever have a problem with the software, click submit a support ticket. It's right on the homepage. And then the walkthrough schedule is right here on what we're going to do, any walkthroughs that are happen. And it says no training on holidays. I mean, if there's a special training that everybody wants at the end of the today, you'll be able to get in touch with me. Normally on holidays, if there's a bunch of people like, yeah, I'm bored, I don't want to do anything, you know, you're done with Thanksgiving, you're like, yeah, I'm not going shopping tonight. I would rather do a training. Hit me up. If we got enough people, I'll do a training. Okay. Done. We good? Put a 5 in the chat. I want to make sure everybody's still awake. Morning, Dre Dre. All right, we got a bunch of people who are awake. Let's go. I only got 5 people who are awake. Oh, there we go. I see him. I see him coming in. Look at everybody. Damn, I'm loving class today. Class is great today. All right, we got 37 people in class today. Woo, look at all you. Like, yeah, I'm proud of everybody here today. Let's go. Next one is the get started section. So what I'm going to tell everybody over here, William, give me a minute. I'll let you come off mute in 2 seconds, but when I take my swig of water, just raise your hand so you go to the top. Okay? This section over here, to get started videos, create profile, all this stuff, this is a refresher if you if you get confused after class. Yes, you can go and watch the videos that I have and all that stuff, you know, on the YouTube channel. But at the end of the day, this is just a refresher. If you get lost, you're like, I don't remember what it is or what. Just go to this section, get a little quick refresher. Now, some of the stuff that happens in a section, I don't normally, I go more in depth. So I want everybody to understand that this may be surface level while I go more in depth in class. So it depends which one. Like, no, I want the more in depth version. Go watch the YouTube channel. If you want the base level version, then over here is just fine. Cool? All right. Let me get through the pricing section, Will, and then you're up. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favor. Do not buy this package. Please do not buy this package. This is the downgrade package. And what I mean by the downgrade package, this is not the starter package. This is the package for people that are, I've used the software. I've learned about credit repair as a business. I realize that people don't like paying their bills and I want to downgrade. So this is where you downgrade after you buy one of these packages. Why? If you buy this package today, let me explain to you what's going to happen. You're going to spend $97 plus $40 twice for 2 extra GAs. Why? Because even if you have this class today, you're going to make 2 mistakes. When you make your 2 mistakes, it's going to wind up costing $177, which is $30 more than here, and you get 1 more GA. This one can handle 2 to 4 people. This one's, where did I put this one? This one's, oh no, this is 1 to 2 people. Sorry. My bad. This is 1 to 2 people. I'm like, hold on, wait, that doesn't seem right. This is 2 to 4. This is 10, 15, and this one's 50. Why? I normally allocate 2 GAs for each client. When I allocate 2 GAs for each client, it means that if I make a mistake, I have another one waiting in the waiting in the background. God forbid something happens, I can utilize that. It's the way that you run a proper business. It's the way that you even doing it for yourself. You don't wind up overspending money. I'm doing this for myself. Great. I'm so happy that you're doing it for yourself. I've seen one person, many, but I've seen one person use all 3 GAs on themselves. Literally burn through 3 GAs on themselves. Right here. You don't have to. You don't have to go contact someone to see how many GAs you have. You just go to the home screen. Right on the home screen, it goes right there and it'll tell you. So, if you're on the dashboard, it said it on the top. That's what I was saying on the top. Oh, you're the lady that's at the salon. Okay, I remember. All right, you may have not heard it. I would come back and watch that. Oh, so Marquita just put, if you make a mistake, that's $40 gone. So yes, that's the truth. That's why we like getting this over here. So If you're doing yourself, this is good. I would stay in this package for 2 months and then downgrade. You've gotten yourself some GAs and you have that in the bank. You downgrade to the $97 package. You're just fine. Okay, you're perfect. Okay with that, and that's a-okay. Now you have some GA saved in the bank because each GA rolls over every single month. Okay, each GA runs each GA rolls over every single month, and because it rolls over every single month, you don't have anything you got to worry about. So that's the reason that I would talk to you truthfully and say this to you truthfully, is to make sure that you have enough so you don't have any issues. And then the same thing. Like I said, I'll give 2 GAs for each person to make a mistake on. Once you get around 10 people, that's when the mistakes start to lessen because you start doing it more. It becomes muscle memory. But these first 2 packages, people mess up all the time. Put a 5 in the chat. Yes, that's $147 every month. I mean, everybody that's in here is just saying, remind yourself you're going to make a mistake and you're going to pay $40. Okay, William, I'll give you the chance to come off mute while I come over here. Where are you, Mr. William? Go. Got you. What's up? Mm-hmm. Okay, is it my free score now? Did you follow all the steps that we normally do? Okay. So, good, William. I'm gonna say something to you. Don't take it disrespectfully in any which way, shape, and form. You ready for this, guys? The software works perfectly. When there's an error in the software, it's usually the user error. Okay? So what people don't like hearing that mean, like, what do you mean? I'm causing the issue? Yes. Here's where the issue may lie. When we get to that point, I will go in detail with you, but you have to make sure, first and foremost, that the person's My Free Score Now account is live. If it's not live, it will not pull. So before, Will, you muted yourself again, but make sure to go log out of My Free Score Now, use their username and password to log in over there. If it's not live, it's not going to pull anything. If it says the credit card's expired, if they didn't pull the report, I forgot. Somebody asked me that before. I don't know who it was. It was a young lady. I forgot who it was. One of the yep. The old report remains after clicking on the 3B. Did you? Okay, guys. Here, I'm gonna show this to everybody real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna show this to everybody here. When you're going to My Free Score Now, I want everybody to use this because I don't think people know how to utilize My Free Score Now properly. And no disrespect to anybody, but it's a learning curve with everything. Let me see what my account's My Free Score Now is. I'll pull my own. When you utilize a My Free Score Now, and I'm jumping out of turn, but the question that was had is going to come in, and I might as well just answer it now and get it out of whack, and then we'll get back to the software, and then I'm not going to take no questions until after. I thought we had a question about the specific part I was in. And guys, going forward, let's keep the questions to the specific part I'm actually in, so we don't do this. See this? Do not hit this button over here, because people come and hit this button and say, I refreshed the report. No, you didn't. You got to come over here, 3B credit report, and you see over here, it will give you the credit report right here. And we'll tell you when your 3B is ready to rock and roll, and we'll give you your date. Where's your date? Well, here's the date, but they're supposed to give you a date. Oh, classic view. Here we go. It will give you the date on the credit report. Where is that stupid date? Here. Credit report date right at the top. So you can see it. You have to make sure this report, this is the report that you're on. If you're not on this report, okay, this is where the issue is going to happen. Now, when you come into the software, and you're going to pull in a report for the people that are messaging me about pulling in a report right now. When you pull it in a report, an existing report, and you come over here to one port import, one click import, and you click import again. See the import date is September 10th, 2025. You need to make sure. Okay, that was pulled. When you go into the client's name, see it says November 8th. November 8th is the date that it pulled the report, but you have to come down here and scroll down to make sure. Look, Epic Pro report 1029. 1029. And as you can see, it's backwards. Oops, where is it? 1029. And it's at 2910. So that means something is an issue over here. Close this out, delete these reports, and re-put the information in. Okay. That's what, so there's got to be an issue as you guys saw, the report pulled nice and easy. I didn't do anything. I didn't strife. I didn't do anything hardcore. So there's got to be an issue with something that you're doing, where you're at. And I don't want to say that to be negative, but that's the truth. I just showed you that it worked. I can pull that report over here. It doesn't matter what software you're using. And unless that software is completely down, all the M2 softwares is the same. I just pulled it in mine. Let's pull it over here. Would you like me to pull that over here? Actually, no. Miss Taylor, I'm going to get with you at the end. Like, I'm going to get way off track for the people that are new over here. I'm going to get way off track. Let's stay where we're at. Everybody understand the pricing section? I'm sorry. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Yes in the chat. No in the chat. Mailing cost? William, are we on mailing costs or are we in the pricing section, my friend? Guys, please keep the questions to where we're at. Please keep the questions to where we're at so we don't get off target. Let's keep moving forward. Now, if you don't have a MyFreeScoreNow account, let's focus on the MyFreeScoreNow account over here. You can go over here, click on the MyFreeScoreNow, and get your account over here. Just like I did, I have my own account with MyFreeScoreNow. I got that. You sign up, and then you'll be able to pull that into the software. Now you have the report scoreboard. When you pull your client into the software, you can view their report, and it'll tell you what's on the report. Cool, nice and working. Very, very nice. All right. If you want to update the report, you click over here, and it'll take you to the update the report, and you can update the report immediately. That's done with the credit report. Now, this is the most important part of the software, is how to create a proper profile. Okay? I want everybody to understand that on how to. This is the whole key. Once we create this profile, then to actually attack the profile and move forward, that is where the key is to make sure that we're doing the right stuff. So, let's click Add Profile. Now, I'm going to put this up on a screen. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to the board. I'm going to come back and sit down after I'm done. But let's go over here. I'm going to go through everything. Make sure the way that I'm going to do this. Actually, let me ask a question in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if your ID does not match your current location that you live in. Perfect. So this answer is for you. If I put it up on the board, that means it belongs in the boxes. So a lot of people are going to ask me, do I need to include this? Yes. If I put it up over there and I put it up on the board and I go up there and I write it, that means you need it. So that's that. Just to get all the FAQs out of the way, now I'm going up to the board. Let's rock. I'm going to start with the blue. The blue is going to be your IDs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? ID is only going to go in these boxes right here. So it's going to be your ID or driver's license or passport. This is what I want from this information. I don't want anything else. You're going to put your first name and your middle name in this box. And you're going to use a space to differentiate the two. John. Joe. Smith. Now, I'm going to put Suffolk over here. Junior. S-U-F-F-I-X. Date of birth. 01/01/1990. Okay? The next thing that we're going to add, you're going to put your driver's license, ID, or passport down. You're going to pick up your social security card. Social security card. Or W-2. You're going to put that in this box. You can use first page of tax documents, but W-2 works as well. 000-00-0012. Okay? For everybody that's going to tell me, Ali, you didn't fill out the phone number, I'm just going to fill out the phone number for you. Perfect. Okay? Now, I put this down. I put my social security card down. I'm done. Last one. Green for the money. Ready? This is going to be what we call your proof of address or POA. And what is the POA going to consist of? Your bank statement. Your bank statement, your utility bill, your cell phone bill, your phone bill, your cable bill, your insurance, anything that comes to the house that is not a credit card bill or a credit card statement. What you want is something that proves that you live at the location that you live in at. And the reason that we want to do that is make sure that it's perfect. Now look what I'm going to do. We're literally going to put 8. 8 stick. Northeast. Road. APT, because I don't have enough room, 2B. I need every single person to understand. You need to write everything out. Don't leave a level of ambiguity for the bureaus to say, well, we didn't understand that. We didn't get that. When you fill it out and they turn around and say, oh, okay. They can't play games. You have to lessen the level. You have to lessen the level of stuff, okay? You have to lessen the level of stuff that they can potentially throw back at you. And that's how you're going to do it. You're literally going to throw them out and you're going to basically say, if you live in unit, you're going to write unit. If you live in apartment, you're going to write apartment. If you live on the lower level, you write lower level. If you live on the upper level, you write upper level. If you live in the backyard and it says backyard on your proof of address, write backyard. I don't care where you live. If your document, the proof of address, says that on the bottom piece, wherever it is, that's what you're going to utilize. Now, again, same thing. If I write Manhattan, because I'm in New York, right? If I write Manhattan, which is New York City, and it says Manhattan on the document, we're going to use Manhattan. My ID says New York, right? I don't care what my ID says. I care what the proof of address says. So if the proof of address says Manhattan, I'm utilizing Manhattan. If the proof of address says New York, New York, I'm going to write New York, New York. And the reason that I just put that up there is not to confuse everybody over here. It's to show you that you can live in the same location, but the right location is whatever's on the proof of address. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense to you. I want to see how many people I screwed up. Good. Because why do we do that? When the letters go through the eOscar machine and the scanner is reading the letter and it sees that your ID, your proof of address that you sent in, your document, your proof of documentation that you sent in says New York, New York, but you live in Manhattan, they're going to say discrepancy, you need to send me an item that proves that you live in the same location. That's a whole failed account. That's literally, I don't care if you paid $5,000 to mail those letters out. I don't care if you paid $5,000. This is you privately. I don't care if you paid $5,000. That's a waste of an account. And there's nothing you can do. So this is the way that we do not make an error so that we do not lose a GA. And we don't lose $40. So do me a favor. Put a ready in the chat after you take a screenshot of this because I need you to save this. This is the most important part over here. Good job, Ray. Thank you, Ray. I was waiting for that. All right, Ray dropped it. Ray dropped it all in the chat as well. So understand, everybody here, this is how it should look, and do what I just said. I mean, like physically, guys, think about what I just said. Pick up the document, put the document down. Pick up the next document, fill it out, put the document down. Pick up the next document, fill it out, put the document down. If you do this, just like I explained it to you, you will never make an error in the software. But if you go off your knowledge or you let the client fill out this data, you will make mistakes and then you will start burning money. And let me tell you something, I don't like burning money. Yes, this will be on YouTube, right? So let's get through this part. I'm going to delete this now. Does anybody need a second to take a screenshot over here? Let me know before I delete it. Ready? We good. Everybody has questions, but if I stop, we get off target and this winds up going a whole lot longer than it needs to. This is the easy stuff, guys. Filling out documentation is the easy stuff. If you go the way that I tell you, do not make it more complicated than it needs to be. Do not make it more complicated than it needs to be. Oh, this person said this. No. If I told you something, follow what I tell you, because if you're printing through me, I'm the one who's reviewing the letters before it goes out. My team is the one that's taught to review the letters the way that I just taught you, and the same thing. And if my team tells you that it's broken and you did something incorrect because you overcomplicated the situation, that's the key when you start burning money. So don't overcomplicate the system. Follow it and follow it easily. Because in the next section, everybody knows it goes nice and easy. Ready? Let's go down to this piece over here. Whoops. That's on me. I'm still at the board, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not going to see a lot of the stuff that's coming up on the screen. Okay? Credit monitoring site. Username and password from the credit monitoring site are going to go in those locations. Okay? What I tell everybody to do is make sure that it says both MFSN report and Epic Pro report. Put your username, which is usually the email address for the client or yourself, and your password. After that, fill out your ID. Put your ID in this box. ID, SSC, and POA in this box. That's where everything goes. And then click this big old button that says save at the bottom. And now we've created the perfect profile. Now, let's go see what a perfect profile looks like. Okay? Ready? Manage all users. And I'm going to go to manage profile. Now, we've already made the sample file over here, so let's take a look at the sample file. Now, this is all the documentation, just how we've gone through everything. The first name, middle name in the first name box, sample name in the last name box. Date of birth is 01/11/1966. The social security number is the way that it is on the screen over here. I think I messed that up. Hold on, give me a second. I did. I added one extra zero. Let me get rid of that. Okay, cool. Social Security is right. Right. Phone number's over here. The street number and address. Street number and address is there. Okay, as you can see, everything is spelled out. New York, New York, 10038. My free score now is uploaded correctly. And then the documentation. Now look. She lives in Kansas, or she lived in Kansas. And because she lived in Kansas, right? Because she lived in Kansas, we utilize that because she didn't have the ability to get a new driver's license. Now, if you have the ability to have your clients get a new driver's license in the current location, fantastic. If they have a passport card, hey, look at that. I put passport card on the bottom. But I just want to give everybody the opportunity to see what I'm doing. She lived in Kansas, so it doesn't matter where she lived as long as the POA proves where she lives now and her Social Security. Now, if she has a passport card, you use the passport card instead of the ID because the passport card doesn't have an address. So they can't verify the previous address. So if they can't get a new ID and they don't have a passport, you rock with the ID that they have now. Same thing with you. If you can't get to the DMV, you can't get any of that stuff done, and you got whatever you have right now, use what you have. Do not wait, but try to get it done in the next month, and then you update whatever needs to be updated. Social Security, look at everything. Look how clean, crisp, and perfect everything is. This is the way that you have to do it. This is not a photo shoot. Always make sure you put it on a white piece of paper. You try to make sure that there's no shadows in what you're sending out, and everything looks perfect. Now, if you have a scanner at home, utilize the scanner. If you don't have a scanner, and you can go to the public library and you want to do it that way, go that way. Whatever you do, whatever you want to use, go and utilize whatever you want to do. But if you don't want to do that and just say you want to do, excuse me, you just want to take a picture on your phone, that's perfectly fine as well. Just make sure that you're not doing a photo shoot. A lot of people take it angled. Don't take it angled. Take the phone. Make sure it's horizontal with the paper. Okay? Now, if you want to check to see if the credit report was pulled correctly, right? You want to make sure that the credit report is right. You hit this little pencil on the bottom. You hit process HTML. Scroll down. Make sure that this first line over here, you can see the credit report date when it was pulled. Over here, over here, over here. Everything looks great. Let's move on. That's all I look at. I make sure the name is right, and I make sure the credit report date is correct. Once I'm done, I move on. I don't go any further than that with the client, because then the system will read everything else. I click save, and just like that, now the client has been updated. I go back over here. Let's check that Social Security number. Make sure it was saved correctly. It was. And that's what I did, that just to show everybody that over here. Now, I'm going to pause for 30 seconds. If anybody wants to type a question in the chat that I can answer on this section, please type your question in the chat. I can come sit down for 2 seconds. Questions. Okay, perfect. Now let's keep moving. After we click save at the bottom over here, and we're going to go to we can literally go to the communication portal. That's the next tab. And we can start setting up ourselves. Now, I don't have any text or emails that are sent out from here, so can't show you that, but this is the communication portal. If you need to submit a support ticket, it will be in here. You can click add ticket and do whatever you need, right? If you need to see a PAMS invoice, I have that over here. You can see that, and that's where you can download a PAMS invoice. And then if you want to add a template, this is how you add a template. I'm just going to edit one. Okay. My name is, and then click first name, last name with a space. My email is, click email. My username is, and click username. And now, headset's gonna die again. Okay. And then click upload content. No. And that's it. And it's the same thing for the email as well. All right. I got through one major part. Now we're on the next major part. We're going to click send rounds of attack. So I'm going to go back to the home screen. I'm going to come down over here. I'm going to go send rounds of attack. I'm going to go to the attack area. And I am going to literally select the client that we just did. We just made that letter. Now, you remember when I showed you guys 30 seconds at the beginning? 30 seconds is 30 seconds is selecting one of the AIs that was over here. I showed everybody how to do that right at the beginning. You click one of the AIs. You can click maximum efficiency or maximum effectiveness. You do what you want. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like the effective one, but I've been seeing recently people have been clicking the maximum efficiency and they're not happy with the letters. So if they're not joining this class, I'm telling you right now, you guys need to need to let them know to join this class. So maximum efficiency is the most cost-effective one. It will send out about 6 letters, and it will jam everything into 6 letters. So no matter how many negative items you have, it's going to jam all of it into 6 letters. You can have 100 negative items. It will jam it into 6 letters. The other ones are going to create more letters, like it says over here. This one's 1 to 6 letters. This one's 100 letters. This one's up to 30 letters. It'll try to do the best that it can to do, make the best stuff that it possibly can for you to go out. I don't utilize them. We're gonna go through the most aggressive attack today. I'm gonna keep it slow. I'm gonna keep it easy, and I'm gonna keep everybody engaged while we're doing this. Ready? I'm gonna click do it yourself as the attack focus. Again, if you're printing with me, you want your price change. TPNPA, and I'm gonna click generate letter. Now I'm gonna get up. A second, let me turn that off. I'm gonna get up on a board in a second. Over here, this is gonna be your AI section. I want everybody to see this. AI. Each of these is going to be a different writer. Aggression is gonna go upwards with each and every single one. Here's the thing. This one is the most aggressive attack. Now, for my people that are using any other software that is not Phenom, you look at this word over here, MPEP, MPEPs, and that's the one you want to utilize. Write MPEPs in the chat, MPEP in the chat. So we know that everybody right now knows that we're using MPEP as the most aggressive one. Perfect. I see a lot of people. Mr. Sherman, right? Moro. I know you're in the car. It's okay. It's okay. I got you. I see you. MPEP. MPEP. Yes. We want to make sure that we're writing MPEP. MPEP because that is the most aggressive attack. What the fuck is that noise? Oh, my. What the hell? Sorry, guys. I had a noise going on in my.
Yes.
So.
I have a
Okay, so we have identity. We're going to pick MPEP. And now, if this is your first attack, we're going to go indemnity 1 and go from there. As you keep going, every 30 days, every 15 days, depending on what you're doing, you're just going to go to the next attack. So now, here's the thing. This is the default of what the software accepts, what the software wants. The software wants to go here. All in blue in the default and 2 in green. Okay? This is all this is defaulted in the first round of the software. So if you want to go crazy and you want to run the default, just hit next and click generate. You can run it. Okay? This is what it will generate. But let me ask you a question. How aggressive do we want to go? Put it in the chat how aggressive you want to go.
So underneath automation AI, it says my company name, Reference Consultant Enterprise. I click on that.
All the way. Nuclear. Ooh, very aggressive. Max. Wow, I like all the different terminology. Yeah, guys. Ooh, I love it. I love all the different terminologies. Okay, well, let's go all the way. So the way that you go all the way is knowing how to read the credit report. Does anybody know what's on this credit report? Put a 1 in the chat if you know what's on this credit report. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't know what's on this credit report. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't know what's on a credit report. Put a 2 in the chat if you do. Sorry about that. So all the 2s have been in this class before. That is the way to tell how many 2s, how many people have been in this class before. Okay, all my 1s. This is what I like to do. I like to put everything in green. Why? Because if I make a mistake at this point in time, right, going any further, and I generate by accident, at least I am generating what is considered the most aggressive stuff, and I can pick and choose my stuff out of here. Okay? But ready? I'm going to click next, and let's let the AI read the credit report for us. Let me show you how that's going to happen. Ready? Go down to this little circle over here. And we're going to highlight the circle. Holy crap, you see that? Every circle is an item on your credit report. Every single circle here is an item on your credit report. That is an account, technically. There's a key word on why I use item. And for the people that were here yesterday, know why I use item. Each and every single thing over here is there. But what do we see a lot of? Put the color in the chat. What color do you see a lot of? Mm-hmm. Yep. And what do we assume green is? That like Hunter 4 is green. What do we assume if this is all the accounts on the attack? What do we assume that it is? Well, what is green normally synonymized with? Money, right? Right? When we see green, we think of money or trees, right? True. Okay. Thank you. Got one person that answered me. So if it's money, that means those are positive accounts. If it's got a color to it, normally means it's a negative account. So what do is we go over here to this word that says hide positive accounts, and we're going to click that. Okay. And now look, where did all the green go? All the green disappeared. All the green disappeared. All the green disappeared because of what? All the green disappeared because those were all positive. So now everything left on the screen is a negative account. Make sense? Perfect. Thank you for all the people that keep engaging in the chat. Like, lets me know that there's people that are engaged. So I appreciate it. Make sure that we're not losing people. Now, I'm going to do this if you're on an iPad or an iPhone. Not that I say that that's necessarily where we want you to be, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do, right? But for the people that are on a PC or a Mac, if you hover over the thing, it'll tell you what the negative item is, which is actually really cool. But for the people that are on PC, iPhone, Android, or a tablet, iPad, you just go over here and you click on each of those bubbles. Now, I don't want to get up just yet. Let's go over here. This is box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. This is your negative item. Neg item number. So when you're going down at the bottom, all the browns could be considered trash. Well, we'll get there. And then this is the most important box in here. Why? Because it's going to tell you what it is. Ready? Let me get up because this is easier when I'm on the board. Actually, let me see if I can put the chat up on the screen. I can. So it means I can see what you guys are chatting about while I'm up on the screen. Good. So at least I can see what you guys are doing. So now, this is how I abbreviate each and every single account. I get rid of information. I don't care. So You know, people will fill in information. It says information. I don't care what it says. I don't care what it, everything on this is going to have information at the end of it. Okay? So we don't care about information. All we care about is those first two letters of each word. Okay? You stop at information. I want you to read everything in its entirety and stop at information. Put a 1 in the chat if we understand that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Beautiful. Let's rock. Let's rock. Okay? So what is this negative item, ladies and gentlemen? Put the abbreviation in the chat for me and let's see what this negative item is. Look at that. PO. It's not a police officer. Keep going. I'm waiting for the new people. I'm waiting to see all these new people. Where are all these new people at? What negative item is this? PI. Perfect. There we go. Now we got some new people. Perfect. All right. Cool. Let's move on. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the green off like the bumpers on bowling. We're gonna go bowl a strike. Ready? Let's go to number 2. What's number 2? What's number 2? What is number 2? Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. IQ, IQ, IQ. Inquiries is IQ. Now, the cool thing about this software is everything is color coordinated. And because everything is color coordinated, okay, you're going to know that everything is perfectly color coordinated. So now if I click number 3 means that 2 and 3 are the same. Should be the same, right? Same if it's the same. Same. Look at all these sames. Same, same. Number 4. What's number 4? Here we go. Now we're picking up. We're picking up people. I'm picking up people in the chat. What's number 5? Okay. Do we assume everything from 2 to 40 is all the same? Perfect. Bunch of yeses in the chat. Awesome. So let's go to 41. What's 41, guys? But why is 41 green? Well, I'll tell you why. Keyword right here. Related account. Which means it's opened up. No, it's not a positive. The inquiry has an account related to it, which makes it a best inquiry or a good inquiry, which means that it's attached to an account that if you remove it in any illegal methods, it will remove the account. So what you want to do is not to kill the account. There you go. So exactly what Oscar just wrote. You don't want to kill the account. You want to make sure that everything is right. So you just got to be thinking. Now the software, thank God, doesn't use any illegal methods, but it lets you know. Some people may want to remove it. And if you want to remove it, I don't normally show this, but I'm going to show this to everybody. Okay. Right now, if you want to remove this, just come down over here and click this big old box that says remove content. That's it. So if I remove that now, right? Boom. I go back over here. I click that. Hey, look, 41's gone. Now it's just 42. So that's the key. Just make sure that you guys know that it can be removed if you don't want it to be on the credit report and don't want it to be attacked. Okay, that's up to you. That's, again, this is a personal preference thing. Let's go to 87. What's 87, ladies and gents? Come on, 87. Oh, oops. Joke's on me. What's 87?
Alicia, Leah, Serenity, good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. You guys are going to be blazing through credit reports very soon. And it's AODL, not ADOL. AODL. Just follow it there. AODL 1-2. You guys want to make sure that you understand why I do the abbreviations. The abbreviations is key. So when you're going back into the red, green, and blue boxes, you know what to select. Let's go to 88. What's 88, ladies and gents? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's see. Waiting for a couple more, making sure a couple more people understand. Good job, Roberta. You're making adjustments on the fly. Atta girl. Good job. Means you're understanding. Good job. Ready? The tricky one's coming. Ready? 89. What's 89, guys? And the OGs have spoken. I'm waiting for some of the young bloods to speak now. I guarantee you every young blood is right now looking at that and saying, how the hell did they get AOCC? Ladies and gentlemen, AOCC. When we look at the software, right? Charge off is this, CO, right? AOCC stands for all other charge off and collections, which when the charge off is put into this thing, that's the one that you want to select. But again, this is why I say the abbreviations are huge. The abbreviations are huge. And understanding the abbreviation is the key, because I go through this. This is how I've been doing it for 3 years. I've been going through these abbreviations. I made up this codex, not anybody else. I made this up because I wanted to be able to blaze through a credit report really, really quickly and not have to understand what it is. So I looked at the red, green, and blue boxes, and I started to match up what everything is. Okay? Again, I don't make anything rocket science. I make everything easy. Ready? The next one is going to be that AOCC again, because it's red, right? So from 89, let's see. 80, so 89. Oh, what the heck? Why did I turn it off? 89. AOCC. 90. AOCC. What the heck's going on here? 91. 92. 93. All AOCCs. Now, 94 is what? 94 is AODL 1-2. We already have that. 95. AODL 1-2. So let's go to 96, because that's the last one that's left. 96 is going to be SLDL 3+. We already have that. So we've gone through everything. Now, let's go down to the bottom. Why did I go down to the bottom? Well, I want to focus on this part right here. Making sure all my documents are in the right place that matches. So what did I do? If you're on a computer, you can rename these documents. I make sure that the last thing, I do first name, last name, because I want to make sure that this matches up with the client. First name, last name, photo identification. First name, last name, social security card, social security number, first name, last name, proof of address, POA, proof of address. Okay? I make sure everything matches. This is how you don't make mistakes. Now, the other file is a photo ID, which you can put over here. That's the two of them together. So I just make sure everything matches so there's no mistake in anything that we do, so that nobody can say that it's wrong. Okay? Now, everything's perfect. We have the credit report. We have everything. We go to the top. We click client info over here, and we double check the client's info. Let's make sure everything's perfect. Okay? Everything's there. First name, last name, first name, middle name, last name. The address is spelled out perfectly. The city's good. The state's good. The zip code's good. The date of birth is good. The social security number is showing the last 4. Perfect. Personal tracking, we don't have to worry about. Today's date is on there. Everything looks perfect. The Epic Pro report, it says where we got the credit report. Fantastic. Let's move forward. Now, I'm going to click the AI. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it back on. Why? I have all the data. I want to go to the most aggressive thing. So now I'm going to turn on attack 1. And this is where the abbreviations come into play. Ready? I'm going to select all in red. I'm just going to scroll up just a little bit. And I'm going to show you, because I know a bunch of people have been posting the abbreviations for me. PI. INQ or IQ, right? A, O, C, C, S, L, D, L, 3 plus. I'm literally filling it in for you without checking it. A, O, D, L, 1-2. Does the abbreviations make sense to you guys now? Why I do it the way that I do it? Put a yes in the chat if it makes sense. Put a yes in the chat if that just opened your eyes like, oh shit, this makes it simple. Yep, check mark. So now all I got to do, because it was put in the chat, boom, 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 boom. That's all the boxes I'm creating. That is the most aggressive attack. You know why? Because that is everything that's on the credit report. That is the most aggressive attack because it's going to send out everything separately, and I don't have to think about it. I literally don't have to think about what I'm going to send out because the software literally told me what's the negative items on the credit report. The negative items that are on the credit report, I just put into the system. Now the AI knows what it's attacking. Now the AI is going to put forth into the credit report system. It's going to have those prompts ready to rock and roll. Those prompts are going to write the credit report out for those specific things. Does that make sense? Put a yes in the chat if that makes sense. So that's the key. Now, how many green boxes are checked? Five. How many credit bureaus are there, ladies and gentlemen? Damn. Aaliyah was waiting for me to say it. 3. Perfect. What's 5 times 3, ladies and gentlemen? Damn, the girls are really just on top of it. 15, right? 15 is going in this first box over here. Now, in every box after, default, default, default. You hit next. Click OK because we're not sending out creditor letters. Click conclude all 3 bureaus, generate a letter, and you're done. Ask me, was that hard? Tell me, was that hard? Was that hard to understand? Now, I know it's your first time. But was that really hard? Was that so hard that, do you think you couldn't get it? Let me bring my chat back over here. No, not at all, because it's not. Now, who wants to see me run this at full tilt? Run this at full speed so you can see how it is to run a credit repair company. Ready? Somebody pull out a timer, and we're gonna go from there. All right. Okay. Hold on. Put ready in the chat if you got your timer out. Okay. Ray's going to count it off for everybody over here so you can hear, and we're going to rock it all at the same time. Okay. So I'm going to come down to the send rounds of attack area. I'm going to click go to the attack area. I'm going to select that client. I'm going to click Karen. I'm going to click do it yourself. I'm going to put my printing team, TPMPA. I'm going to click generate that letter. After I click generate that letter, I'm gonna turn off the AI. I'm gonna turn on the AI that I want, and I'm gonna select indemnity. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna read the credit report because I don't know what's going on. No, I don't do it in under 60 seconds. I used to. I come over here. I see all the positive items. I hit hide positive items. Now all those positive items gone, and I read it. This is personal information. This is an inquiry. All AODL, SLDL 3 plus, AOCC, same. SLDL, click it. Scroll down to the bottom, double check it. Good. Scroll up to the top, client info, boom, 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 boom. Everything looks good. Come over here, turn it off, turn it back on. Select indemnity, red, personal information, inquiries, AOCC, SLDL 3 plus, AODL. 5 times 3 is 15. 15, default. Hit next. Let it read. Click OK. Include 3 bureau. And generate the letter. I'm done. And yes, I just generated a minute and 38 seconds. A minute and 38 seconds. So, on the most aggressive attack right now, please, somebody tell me you don't got 2 minutes. A month. People will pay somebody $5,000, $10,000 to fix their credit, but they won't sit on the pooper and do this in 2 minutes. Not 8 minutes. Not 8 minutes, right? 16 minutes. 8 times 2. It's 16 minutes. 8 rounds in that specific one. We just generated that letter. It's 8 rounds in that specific attack. That's where I got that number from. It's 8 rounds. 8 rounds times 2 minutes each round. That's 16 minutes. That's not even a half hour to fix your credit. For the whole year. So if you're in that mindset, I don't got a half hour. Ooh. I can't help you. I can't help you. But if you got a half hour for the whole year, I mean, literally, you could do it anywhere. And that's it. If you don't want to print, that's literally a half hour. If you want to print it yourself, it's more. But if you don't want to print it yourself, it's a half hour. Now let's see what that file looks like, and then I'll go into Q&A. And this is what it looks like. The most aggressive attack selected with everything that needed to be done. And here's what the file looks like. Look at that. Not once. You got to do it once a month. Oscar, once a month until you get your desired result. Or every 15 days for 4 months. Whatever you dictate. But that's it. That's what it is. Let's leave out the part of paying $5K. You and Alina had me up all night fixing my numbers. Yeah, well, bro. When you come to Friday class, I'll have you fixing your numbers and charging right. Look at this. And look at your IDs. Look at this, how perfect everything is. Ready to rock and roll. And this is 20 pages. Now, this is 20 pages times 24 accounts. That's crazy. How do you get to a Friday class? Well, once we're done with this, we go into Q&A, and then everybody's good to join the Friday class. All right. So, this is done. I am finished. That is the software. What's the YouTube, please? Ray, drop the link for the YouTube again, please. There you go. That's that. Oop. That's Friday class. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Damn, what the hell am I doing? What did I want to do? I wanted to stop sharing. That's what I wanted to do. Here we go. Now I can start to. William's been dying to ask questions. Let me allow people to unmute themselves, be respectful of one another, and go from there. Yes, William. Sherman, you missed it. I went over it yesterday, Sherman. Yes, William. What's up, brother? Yes, you still have to call them if you're going to run it. You run your system. The whole point is I mailed a letter out for you. Yeah, I mailed the letter out for you, but you still have to call them and do the follow-up work. Yeah, make sure it got there. You're going to process my letter. You're going to do exactly what needs to be done. And now, guys, you need to run whatever plays are in your community, but that's somebody that if you have that play already there, go ask in your community. If you don't have that play, then go in your community and ask them about that play. That I gave that one for free, but that play needs to, you have to run it correctly. And when you run that play correctly, that could negate a stall letter. So ask your community, whatever community you're in, okay, because this is a community-based class. You need to go ask them about how to call the bureaus and see what the bureaus are going to tell how to get through on the bureau to tell them to make sure you process your letter. Move on. I don't. So ask Serenity, ask Alicia, ask anybody that came yesterday. I'm not here to pick games. This is a business. This is a. So here's the thing. When you're so yesterday's class, I went over pricing. Ask Serenity. He was here. Yesterday's class, I have a private class on Friday for everybody that's in the printing company. Everybody in the printing company asks me, how much do I charge? How many people were in here told to charge $500? Raise your hand. Put a me in the chat if you were told to charge $500. I know there's a bunch of people that were told to charge $500. Here's the thing. For 500, yes. You know how many people were told to charge $500? It's got nothing to do with printing. Yes, if you were going in and running the old business model that they were running 15 years ago, right? That printed out 3 letters for each bureau with everything on top of it. Yeah, that works. Charging $500 works. You can get through 5 rounds, no problem. You can get through. You saw the screen that I had up? That I went over basic pricing yesterday on how to break it down with what your cost is going to be. First off, the reason that I don't want to hold off anybody on this is you have to know how to utilize the credit report. So you have to come into this class and understand everything about this class before you come into a Friday class. I want you to come to every class, whether it's Mr. Bora's class or mine. I want you to know how to do the basic, crazy. Understand the basic. No matter what she teaches, what I teach, you need to understand the basic. Once you understand the basic, then you come to a Friday class because I'm going to destroy everything that you learned. Because you have to understand how to utilize the software. If you don't understand how to utilize the software, I can't teach you the advanced tactics. I can't. And that's the key. That's the key. You have to understand this part and understand what I just taught now to perfection. Because what happens when you understand this part, you start fixing your own credit or you start doing somebody that's close to you, you go from there. And then we can get into the other piece, because when I start to explain it to you, I start to explain it to you with the mind of a person who actually fixes credit. And I don't want to go too much on a tangent on that. It's just once you understand this, come on Friday. Ray, drop the link for Friday so everybody can put it in their calendars. Okay? Everybody put that in this It's not okay. So this Friday I'm not running class. I'll be in Miami this Friday. But everybody that can get into a Friday class, not this Friday, next Friday, is going to be the one that I'm running. Asked me to go over pricing. Who was the guy that was in here that asked me the other day to go over pricing? Who was it? I saw him in here. Where'd he go? There he is, Tyrone. Where is he? I thought he was here. Yes, Tyrone. Tyrone is the one that asked me. Ask Tyrone. Ask Serenity. They both got so screwed up yesterday when it came to pricing. It wasn't even funny because I explained it. I broke it down to them because there's 2 levels and 2 packages that you can go through. There's 2 things that you are going through. Aaliyah, please don't do that. Don't post any of those links in here, please. Do not do that. Yeah, so Friday the 21st. Jonathan, you were there yesterday too, right? I thought I saw you at the end of class yesterday. Yep. When you guys go through this, the base of it is learning your product. After you learn your product, then you learn your pricing and your cost. You learn your cost structure. When you learn your cost structure, that's how you're able to price. Everybody wants to go in. Right now, if you want to start a credit repair business, I don't know how much to charge. Well, what's your cost? Your cost is the software. Tell people you got to pay for printing. Don't pay for printing yourself. You're still getting wet behind the ears. Learn how to build your clientele base. Get your knowledge through the book. Get as many people as you can into your software to learn. Get them in at $50. Get them in at $100, but you got to pay printing. This is a gem in a game for you to get the ball rolling and get the game started. Now, once you start handling your clients, you start to see results, you start to see things, you're learning different tactics, you're learning how to do it, that's when you start to charge the $5,000. That's when you start to charge $10,000. You mean Dre that's sitting right here next to me? Dre just charged somebody 10 minutes ago 10 grand. 10 minutes ago just charged somebody $10,000 to fix their credit. Utilizing the same stuff I'm teaching you. So when I teach you, and Oscar, you were the one who asked me that you wanted it. You have to join up on a Friday class if you want to learn how to make $100K in this business. In this week alone, Dre crossed $35,000 in 1 week. Double check the credit report. Yeah, double check their My Free Score now, first and foremost. There should be no, and guys, I'm truth when I say this. There should be no issue with the upload. So here's the thing. Go and double check that right now. Make sure there's no problems. I showed you guys how to look at it from My Free Score side, and I showed you. I pulled it into the software. It went through no problem. Doesn't matter what software company it is. The back end is all the same. So if there's an issue, that means there's an issue with the person's account, one, or there's an issue with the actual back end of My Free Score now with what it is. Now, if there's an issue with the software, what did I teach you guys to do today? Hit the message over there with the create a support ticket, send it to them immediately. I know that there's no back end issues because all the softwares that I've been using, I use the top 10 of them, I use them all. We know that they're all top 10 are working just fine. So we have to make sure that those things are done correctly and we hit the number. So what's the first thing? If I have an issue, it's not pulling in, the first thing to do is go to My Free Score now. Check the 3B. Make sure the 3B is working. It has the proper date. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make sure that the password, everything that I have is correct. After I make sure the password and the username that I have is correct, I'm going to go back into my software. All right. Go, Roberta. We're going to be here a while. Trust me. Don't worry, girl. We're going to be here a while. Okay. Wait, go in, make sure that you do that and make sure that everything's perfect. Once that happens, once you have everything good, that's when you know you're good to rock and roll. If you don't have that good, you'll literally see that an error is going to pop up. When that error pops up, it's because something is broken on that end. Now, if you've done all of that and you tell me, Ali, I've done all of that, write a support ticket at that point. Write a support ticket. I swear, write a support ticket at that point and go from there. They have to get somebody on the phone with you. They have to see what's going on. I promise you, and I've showed you guys, the software works. and there's no errors with the software. But if there is a problem, let's find it. And William, I'm again, no disrespect in any which way, shape, and form. I want to make sure that you get help and get the client ready to rock and roll. Now, on your paying thing, if you want a client to pay, I told you, $50, $100. For me to handle your services is $50 to $100, but you got to pay your own printing. You're going to go through this person. This person's going to help you out. And then they can pick whichever package that they want. I promise you that it'll make you. I'm not going to, next Saturday, next Friday, I'm not going to be here. I'll be in Miami next Friday and Saturday. I might not have class on Saturday. Wednesday, I will. Yeah, I'll be here Wednesday. Absolutely, I'll be back on Wednesday. Call. Are you printing with us? You have a back end. You're a back end VA. You have a back end VA company. Just call us anytime you need help with something. They'll do it for you. But yeah. Don't worry about it, brother. If you need help, that's what my team is there for. That's why. That's why I got a phone number. That's why you can reach out. You pay a premium for me, not because of garbage, but because you get premium service. I love it. Always yes. You know why? You want to let them know. You be like, let's do it like this. I call on the phone, right? I call on the phone. I said, look, I saw my letters arrived at your location. Do me a favor. I sent those letters out. I saw that they're there. Please run my shit. Please run my shit. And don't go for it. UPS. Yeah. Yes. That's it. Just tell her, hey, look, I know my letters are wherever. I don't care if that you haven't processed them right now, whatever. If you haven't seen them, I'm letting you know. Put a notation on the account. Put a notation on the account. The letters are mine. And I'm recording this call right now. So I'm letting you know that I sent those letters. So don't send me a bullshit third-party letter. Don't send it to me. And if you can't do it for me, put me on the phone with a supervisor. Okay? Watch what happens. You go from the stall letter to they actually have to review the letter. That's game. What time Wednesday? 8 o'clock, guys. It's right on the dashboard of the software. Just click on the dashboard and it'll say the times and it'll say 8 o'clock on Sunday. Working on round 2. Is it been over a week since round 1 was mailed off? Question: should I upload a new report? I mean, if you have access to upload a new report, yeah, but you have to wait every 30 days to get a free one. So that's on you. Oscar, come off mute, my friend. And everybody raise your hand. Don't put questions in the chat. I hate that. I hate reading. What's up, Oscar? No, I know it was 100,000. I told Dre. I told Dre, I was like, this kid, he made 30,000 in a week. So what's 30,000 times 4? That's 120K. Want to make 100? It just had to get up there. Hey man, I love it. We could do it. So that's what, a quarter. That's 4 times. That's 4 mil. I'll make one. Yes, 3. Yeah. You saw everything that everybody wants to know about what they come to this class for. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Yes. Yeah. All of it. It starts live. You see that call? It's 5 hours long. Oh yeah. It's fine. It's five. Go look at that channel. That live video was 5 hours long. It started at 3 p.m. Yeah. It, just give it some time after it ends. Yes. Like you'll see the live. There's a live right now. Yep. Yep. Well, my VAs will do the letters for you. They understand the software, but they're not going to call on your behalf. Your idea is if you want to hire your VA, yes, you want to hire your VA to make those calls and let them know that they're that specific client. That's fine. That's not a bad play. It's an old play, but it's not bad. It'll work. But the whole point is why? Why are we having them call in the first place? You know, I shouldn't be giving all this sauce out on a basic class, but give me a sec. Before my headset dies and then nobody can hear me, they're all going to be mad at me. Uh, that doing what we just said. Oh, Ray just dropped the whole video for you, Oscar, in the chat. Um, when you do that, when you're having them do that, you're just trying to negate the stall letter. It's the same thing with running an affidavit on the front of the stall letter. Basically all this stuff that you're doing is trying to get them to not give you that 4-round stall letter. So by and exactly. Okay? But here's the thing. But you don't want them to know it's you. So at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you sound like the client. It's the and yes, don't have that mindset. Don't have that mindset. Don't lose that mindset right off the bat because you don't control the bureau, and that's kind of what I try to set up in everybody's head. You got 8 rounds. You're going to utilize 8 rounds. Okay, Sherman. I'm the best woman you've ever seen in your life. When I get on the phone, hello. That was a joke for everybody over here. I've tried it. I mean, but they can't discriminate on who's on the phone. Because if they discriminate on who's on the phone, that's literally discrimination, and it's not good. But yes, I have called for women before and got through and handled all their stuff. So well, I show you how to price the system out. Yeah, I explain. So everybody that came yesterday knew how to price the system out because that's every question that comes in is everybody was taught to price $500, taught to price $1,000. What they're not taught is how to do a cost assessment. Okay, and what a cost assessment is understanding how much your business, even if you're doing it for yourself, how much your business is running. So I normally ask them. I say, how much do you make an hour? And when people say, how much do you make an hour? They're like, I'm like, look, just give me a roundabout. I make $50. I make $60. I make $20. I make $30. Why? Because you have to understand what your hourly cost is first to be able to understand what you're willing to pay. Because if I get paid $30 an hour, right? Do I want to spend time working in a business that doesn't pay me at least $30 an hour? I'm sorry, I don't want to spend time in a business that doesn't pay me $1,000 an hour. Okay? And that's the key. You have to have that ideology and that mindset ahead of you. You have to manifest, and that's another video that I just did. You have to manifest how much money you want to make. But if you're not sitting there and pricing yourself correctly and this, that, and the other thing, you're never going to make it. Oh, it's too much money. Yeah. Dre don't say that to his clients. Dre don't say, hey, this is my number. Either you can afford it or you can't. Well, I don't, like, you're getting flustered because you're afraid to charge the client. Throw a number out there and see if they pay. Watch what happens. When I came out before I was using Metro 2, before it was a software, right? I'll tell you guys something. Before it was a software and was just handwritten, it used to take me about 45 minutes to set up one file, okay? And I'm quick. I'm going to tell you, I'm quick. It used to take me about 45 minutes. So 45 minutes, I used to charge the clients when I first got started $3,000 for credit repair. Okay? That's if you wanted to pay up front. If you didn't want to pay up front, by deletion per bureau was $200 a freaking account. It's called a pay per deletion, which means you pay me when it gets deleted, right? I got to a point where I was getting deletions in 60 days. Now, $200 an account, didn't matter what account it was. Wasn't late payment this, that. It was $200 across the account. I didn't care what it was. And that's by bureau. So what happens is you have one collection across all three bureaus, that's $600. What happens if you have 10 collections? That's $6,000. I used to charge $125 in inquiry. One person owed me $20,000 in inquiry removal. And I got it. I got $20,000 to clean off inquiries. Why? Because we did it in 24 hours. We knew the game. We knew what it is. People will pay when you have the right prices. Well, I'm hurting the community that you know, it's already broken. You want to know something? I'm going to tell everybody in this room right now, you're going to realize that it's not just the community. Everybody is broken. There's 120 million Americans with bad credit. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. They're just lazy. They don't know how to pay their bills. And it's always come down. I don't care. I told the damn CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you're lazy because you put your shit on your secretary and she didn't know what the hell she was doing. I charged him $1,000 a bank to put everything on auto pay. Money's money. Your time is worth money. I don't know how much I have to keep humdrumming it into everybody that's here. Your time is money. That's why the people that that are mentoring you, that's why they charge you a large lump sum of money. Because their time is worth money, and if you pay them that money, you're gonna go there. But if you don't pay them that money, what are you gonna do? You're gonna screw off. I have a free community with over 500 members, right? A free community with over 500 members. Ask me how many people are active. 0. Not a school community. No. But the Discord community. That was just for the printing company. 0% are active. William, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general, my friend. I'm talking in general. Don't worry about moving blindly. Because sometimes you got to... Look, there's a line that I used to live life. Fake it until you make it, brother. But you're also right to know what your cost assessment is. You have to know what your cost assessment is. And I agree with you with that 1,000%.
but you have to understand how to read the report, how to know what your letters are going to go after, and you can't learn what your letters are going to go after and how to cap your cost if you don't know advanced tactics. So you have to go through advanced tactics. If you want, William, you should watch yesterday's class, because yesterday's class, the first 3 hours was advanced tactics and how to price your clients. That's it. Um, I'll be I'll be at a yacht party. I'm coming for an event. Saturday's the event. Sunday's the yacht party. Friday night we're flying in, so I'll see what we're doing Friday night. I can, if no, I'm flying into Fort Lauderdale, and then we'll be in Miami. Yeah, we rented a yacht with 60 people. I don't know where we're gonna be yet. That's the other business partner that's got everything handled and screwed away. I know that I will be in Delray Beach for a photo shoot with some exotics. Yeah. I can't. If you want to go to the event, let me see how much the event is going to be. That's my business partner's hosting an event down there. So I could ask him if he's got any more seats. It's a private event. I think there's only 20 or 30 people allowed. Let me ask him if there's any more seats. And if I tell you who it is, you're going to go fucking crazy. So I'll leave that. That's a private conversation. Oscar, text Ray. Ray will drop a thing. And then if I have any more seats, I'll let you know. All Yes, I don't know for Saturdays. I don't know for Saturday yet. Let me see what's going on. Okay? Yeah, be tentatively. No problem, Oscar. Great questions, Oscar. Miss Alicia, good morning. How are you? Did I kill it this time or did I do it right? You got to unmute, sweetheart. How are you? How can I help you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Letter from LexisNexis that you disputed something. Well, what did you dispute? Uh, ooh, probably BK. Oh yeah, so yeah, they're disputing with them why they're reporting it there. Okay, well, give them some time. That's all you need to worry about. Who cares what it says? As long as the word deleted is there, that's what we call a win, sweetheart. We take the wins however we can get them. Yeah, sweetie. Uh-oh. Yeah. Uh-huh. You see why we don't send the creditors? Okay. Do me a favor. Yeah, well, that's still it's still a secondary. I hate them. Do me a favor. Send me a picture. Send a picture into the printing company. Let me send it to them so that they know to change the address, even though the address is right online. Let me know.
So here's, so you need to, that's again, you need to send it in to us. You also need to write a support ticket. That's a thing from the software, and that's also in the back end where they get the data from the bureau. So when they're pulling the data from the bureau, it says LexisNexis, not LexisNexis Consumer, whatever the heck. Okay. Yeah, send that to us, and also write a support ticket, so they understand that, to make sure that they change it in the software. Yeah, but for me, I gotta send it to the software people. But if they start seeing it coming from people in the software, their users, they're a lot more quicker than hearing it from Ali. All right. Tips on yeah, no problem. Tips for understanding or analyzing the feedback from the attack would be great. Well, ask your question when you come back up. Mr. Serenity, how can I help you, sir? Are you doing it through us? Or are you doing the FedEx one? Because I know you're doing FedEx. Okay, so yeah, FedEx, if you're doing your FedEx one, because you need me to do FedEx for you? You want me to, oh, you're going to do the FedEx yourself? Okay. FedEx, yes. If you have the FedEx with the return receipt, but you know I could do return receipt on the tracking, right? It's just a little more expensive. Uh, yeah. I like the FedEx one for that, but that they don't care who it is, because it's usually somebody at the post office that signs for it. So, yeah, they're not. That's why I didn't do return receipt, because it's somebody at the post office that just puts it inside. Okay, from the last time that I know. But that's a great question. That is a great question, sir. James. Jams? Jams? Yes. Mm-hmm. Did you provide the anti-stall letter inside of the picture image section of the round, or of the managed? Okay, so we have to make sure what it is. I don't know what it was. So if it is inside of the managed profile, yes, it's going to go out every single time. The affidavit, on the other hand, has to be manually put on top of each one. Ray, can you do me a favor while James is on here? Can you look at his file and see if it was included at the end of the file, the anti-stall letter? Thank you. James, I'll get back with you as soon as Ray's got some information for me. No problem. Mr. Vito Trades. How are you? Just want to finish up, man. It's 1 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, you got to call whatever bureau, and I'm going to assume it's Equifax, because that's normally the one that does it. Okay, and you need to go and tell them, you got to call them and tell them, I am trying to get a mortgage. Okay, I need you to do a verification over the phone right effing now.
Right effing now. Not tomorrow, not a week. I'm not sending you documents. I'm not doing anything. I need you to do a verification right effing now. And they're going to ask you a bunch of questions. They're going to unlock it. When they unlock it on their side, then you go to My Free Score Now. You ask My Free Score Now. You just got off the phone with Equifax to be able to pull the report. They'll pull the report in. You pull the new report into the software. Done. Yeah, sure. No. So in the client management, so anybody that prints with us, I give them a lot of free tools. Okay. So if you're printing with us, you get access to the anti-stall letter, and you get access to the affidavit that I've already written for you. It's called the affidavit of person. It just basically proves that you are the person that is sending out the documentation that you are sending out. Okay, you have to get that notarized. So with what this gentleman James, he's printing with us. I just need to see what's going on with his account. But with that said, okay, we add that on the accounts for you. If you don't attach it in the managed profile, we can just you create a custom one, and then we'll add it on the accounts for you. So it's just going through whatever is needed to make sure that that is just to help you out, try to get through it quicker. Because once you have that affidavit, yes, Ray. Is it on the back end of the report or on the front end? Okay, so James, so the anti-stall letter is going to go out every single round because it was uploaded in the profile, while the affidavit is going to get put on manually by us. But you have to make sure that affidavit comes to us every single month. Yeah, no, I was actually that is that's a good one. I think we can actually, but that's up to you. I'll leave that one in your part. If you have time to go and do it, go and do it. But if you don't have time, we're going to use the same one and see what happens. It's on it's on the back of the report. Don't even worry about that. Perfect. No problem. Sorry, Vito. I apologize. But yes, these are all things that come in with what you do when we print with us. See, I can go in, my team can go in, look. They know what they're looking for immediately, and that's why you remember when I'm talking to you guys, Vito. I know you came in late, but when I was talking to you guys and I was saying to you guys, whatchamacallit, when I was saying to you guys, like, I know what to look for because we do this. This is why I tell you the way that I tell you things. I go through the way that I tell you to go through things. This is the key of what it is. You just have to make sure that you follow the steps properly. Marquita, you have to call in or text into the company and then ask for the free ducks. Simple and easy. No problem. Mr. Serenity. Not my class. Remember, my class, different story. Well, this class, no. I don't feel like getting chewed out. No separate communities, no nothing. Go back to your community beforehand and go from there. Mr. Zoom user. I think it's a Mr. Maybe it's a Mrs. I can't see. Mr. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, you. No, just go to Ali Badi. I think I'm the first one in some say, but just look for Ali Badi. Mm-hmm. ALIBADI. Okay, and the phone number to the office is right there. So the problem, William's here, and William will tell you, the problem that we have is I can't give you that number. The reason why I can't give you that number on how much it's going to cost to print, because every single file is different. Send it to us, and we'll review the file. But there is no obligation to print with us. Okay? And here's the thing also, if you're running a business, ladies and gentlemen, I am a businessman. I will work with you. I don't work against business people. But I just found out that I'm cheaper than most places that are outside. So I'm really happy about that. I am really, really happy that I'm just not as cheap as a lot of people that are in here. That's okay. But outside, if you go to Office Max Staples, I'm kicking their behinds. Let's go. Okay. All right. Vito, do you have any other questions? I want to lower your hand if you don't have any other questions. Zoom user, you have any other questions, sir? Okay, I don't think so. Beautiful. All right. Oh, I am not. Oh, I'm just going to ask you to unmute. I'm not even going to try your name because I'm probably going to kill it, and I'm going to feel really bad if I kill it. Shonda? Oh, I got it right. Yes, Miss Shonda. How can I? I'm doing fantastic. Okay. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Who's G2? G2 is the man, what the hell's going on with my hold on, give me a second. Is that the bankruptcy court? There we go. I'm sorry, I was having a brain fart. Is that was that the bankruptcy court? Okay. That was the bankruptcy court, Bry? Okay. That's that's well, yeah, that's so I want to make sure that the bankruptcy court letter, if that's the bankruptcy court letter, that's great. That's exactly what you've been waiting for. You're going to upload that back into the software. And the way that you do that is I can't do it on Phenom because I don't have a Phenom that has it. I'm going to do it on Fico Forge, which is mine. When you go over here and you go to the, hold on, I'm going to make this a little bigger so everybody can see this. Okay. When I come over here and I go to where's my bankruptcy client? Where is the bankruptcy client? Samples. There we go. When I come over here and I do the bankruptcy, next. You're going to come over to the bankruptcy, which is going to be the yellow one. And then you see where it says add image over here? You're going to add that image right there. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to send that out to all the bureaus. So every time, basically what they said is they're not allowed to report that. That's what that says. And you want to make sure that everybody gets that. Make sense? Awesome. I, I, I'm utilize that. I utilize that. Try that. Now, if you're printing with our team, right, and you're remove what I never seen a G2 one. Where the heck is G2? Is that the main bureau that controls the overall of oh, so we need to get, yeah, well that's the one we need. That's G2 risk solutions. But who how did she get this? Cuz we don't have G2 in here. Mhm. No, LexisNexis is another secondary. Who's the primary? So what happens is, so guys, to understand what happened just now, okay, just to break this down, the primary is going to go to the secondary, and the secondary, so this primary's first place stop wasn't LexisNexis, it was this G2. Now, G2 Risk Solutions could have been something known as something else previously. Okay, for Experian, it's LexisNexis. That's where they get that data from. So G2 is telling them that you have to go to LexisNexis because LexisNexis is where the data is held. We know that because LexisNexis pulls from the public record that holds your public record for your bankruptcy. So we already know that. So that's why they're telling you to do that. You answered that question. You need to get the letter from the bankruptcy court. That place that I showed you, where it went, that's where you're going to upload that letter, and that's where they're going to destroy all the things to basically get rid of this. So when you're running your bankruptcy, right? When you're running your BK, come over here. When you're running your BK, when you select your template in box 4, right? You come over here to the top, your show. You're going to look for your BK court. Here's your BK court. If you don't know which one it is, you don't know which one it is for your client. Always go with Experian because they have LexisNexis and they're pulling directly from the court. Look for USBK Court Orlando. In this case, it's Orlando. Your case may be something different, but... Mm-hmm. You had to have the BK court. You had to have it. They wouldn't have let it go out if you didn't have it. So that means you're waiting for a response from the BK court. So you need to send another letter to BK court to get that damn response. Okay? That's the key. This is like Nova. You just got, guys, this is like consistency. You got to keep doing it until you get the things to start moving it to the other place. Make sense? Okay? So now you come. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It is not my show. So we have to stay within the software for the powers that be. I don't feel like getting yelled at and I don't feel like losing my job. Yes, ma'am. Call them. Call them. Yes, Factor Trust has a number. I forgot where the number is. I think it's on his main website. Call them. Be like, I don't need I don't need a thing. Okay, that's good. That's good. That means that so now next round when you come in next round and you put Credco on there, you don't put Credco on there. Now when my team tells you, "Oh, you're missing Credco," no, Credco is not good. We've already gotten a response back from them. My team will move forward. Okay? Perfect. No problem. Why would I give you, Miss Gaskins, why would I give you something my wife made for me that's trademarked through our business? So, no, I am not moving my head. If you would like to buy one, let me know. Because that's what she does. Mr. James, how can I speak to you? Mm-hmm. Yes. 7 day, 365 days a year, 7 days, 365 days, 7 days a week, 365, 24/7. I don't mess around, big man. Now, James, the only thing is, it depends what time your letter comes in because the post office closes at 1 p.m. So, that's the only thing. But it will be printed out to go out on Monday. Generated the night before. Called to John and generated the night before. Yeah, talk to John on Friday. Not necessarily. I can show you how to remove the date. I told you. Bro, wrong guy. I'm the one that teaches advanced tactics. You want to mail it. You want to mail it. You want to mail it before, so that what happens is it gives a chance for the bureau to read it because it's not a dispute. It is an affidavit proving you're the one that does it. Now, that gives it a chance to go through their system and sit inside their system. When they get a chance and it sits inside their system, the next piece that comes in is the affidavit on top of the actual dispute letter. And now it's even more potent because you've already given them some time to review that affidavit that's come in. Because think about it, by the time you send that affidavit out, say, whatchamacallit, if you send that affidavit out, right, and say it goes out, it gets there in 6 days, fantastic. If it gets there in 6 days, you go to the next one, right, go to the next one, and let's say that you send that out in 20 days, right, it's going to have 20 days from the next one to actually get and sit inside their system. Because you're going to get there 6 days and you're sending out that next one, it's going to have time. Mm-hmm. Because you gotta let him sit in, brother. This is the gate. You gotta understand something. This is the game. This is the problem. This is why people get discouraged. The whole point is for you not to fix your credit because they sold your data at the current credit score that you had. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. No problem. No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. This is another reason that he says do what works for your pocket. Yes. And that's the key. That's when I have the discussion with everybody, and I'm sitting over here and I'm going through everything, and I have everything that I'm going off of. Like I try to tell you guys, you have to play the game with them. You have to know how to play the game. You have to know how to beat them at the game. Because if you don't know how to beat them at the game, that's the key. You know, um, with everything that's going on, you put in the affidavit. Like, look, people say it doesn't work. Some people say it works. Again, do what works for you. If it doesn't work for you, change your tactic. Keep changing your tactic. Now, Serenity, everybody came in yesterday. How many tactics did we learn yesterday just in one piece of software? We learned like almost 25 tactics yesterday in one piece of software. Inside the same piece of software. Can't do it. Go for it. Go for it, brother. That's yeah, that was pretty funny. My wife goes, "Man, who's this guy?" Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's other tactics that you can utilize, and that's why I say go back into your communities and learn what other tactics that they're utilizing. But stop using bullshit tactics. Stop using CFPB and stop using FTC. That shit is garbage. Utilize real tactics that will get you real results. Because hey, government shutdown right now. How many people do you know right now that are scrambling to figure out how to do credit repair right now that were doing credit repair before and now got it in the bum hole? Every single time, always playing offense. Always playing offense. And you're playing offense with every tactic that you have to get it removed. Now, is there possible to get shit removed in 90 days? Yes. There is. There is possibilities to get shit removed in 90 days. It's possible to get credit repair done in 90 days. Is it normal? Absolutely not. It's not normal. So set yourself up for success when you're talking to yourself and you're talking to your client. And go, when I'm telling you talk to yourself, go in front of the mirror and have a conversation with yourself and say, hey, so-and-so, look at it like this. I know that this is going to take some time. I know I'm in a bad situation. I know why I need to fix my credit. And you know what? I should have did this from months ago. So now I'm going to have to pay the Pied Piper. I'm going to have to reap the rewards of what I need to do. And I have to spend time over here and fix what's going on. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, this is going to take time. Now, if it gets done before the perceived time that you have in your head, great. If it doesn't, that's when we need to actually look at what's there. Now, why do I know this? It took me 3 years, 3 stinking years to remove a collection. That's me. 3 stinking years to remove a collection. Some late payments are stubborn. Some late payments are stubborn. So you got to be smart on how you do everything and how you talk to them. You never promise anything because if you promise something, the FTC can come after your ass for $150,000. So don't promise shit that you cannot do. You do not control the bureau. You do not own the bureau. It doesn't matter if they're reporting the information. You're still promising your client something, and if it's illegal, stop promising them that. Vito, come off mute, brother. Mm-hmm. 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 No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And so here's the thing: when you're having guy, you guys got to take me into more advanced classes than I want to give you. Here's the thing: learn about this. The bureau is what controls the data, and you need to say, do you know how your product actually works? This is what you got to say to them. Do you know how your product actually works? The creditor sends a profile to you. When they send that profile to you, you review it and say if it's right or it's not. If you say that it's right, okay? If you say that it's right, that means that it's Metro 2 compliant, it's compliant with the FCRA, it's compliant with everything. You are the one that houses the data. They don't remove the data. You remove it after an investigation that proves it's a falsity. So are you telling me that you don't abide by the FCRA? Because I'm recording the call right now, and I want to make sure that if I'm recording the call right now, that I understand what's going on. Do I hear my daughter? I hear my baby. That if you... There's my girl. Hi, Munchkin. Hi, baby. Come to daddy. Hi, baby. Oh, she's so happy. I'm sorry, guys. Man, you only get to see them as young ones. My little girl. Hi, bub. Where you want your thing? So, here. So when you do that, you have to be smarter than they are. You have to be smarter than they are. Look, guys, my daughter's up. I didn't know that. I'm gonna end your last question, Vito, and then I'm done for the day. At the end of the day, if you got to tell them what their job is, okay? And when you know what their job is you know what's going on with them and you know how to do their job, you need to tell them. You have to qualify the data. You know that the data comes from the FCRA. If it's not qualified and you can't investigate it correctly, that's incorrect. That data must be removed. And you know that. And if they don't provide you with an update follow-up, I don't have to go to the creditor. That's your damn job. And that happens through EOSCA. That's not my job. Okay. And watch how fast the person on the phone is going to shit a brick. No problem. No problem. I'll see everybody on Wednesday, all right? I'm out for the night. I'll see everybody. Bye. Bye. Bye, baby. Wait, baby. There she goes. Now she waved. Now she waved. Hi, baby girl. Hi, my love. Hi. You kept daddy up all night. I heard you crying, and I heard you tossing and turning, and the bottle in your mouth every half hour on the hour.
She was a lot last night.
I was about to kick your mother out of the room.
Me?
Yeah, with you. Go put her in her room with you.
Excuse me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
That's my bedroom.
Look at your business partner.
I don't gotta look at my business partner. I was about to kick you two out. Go sleep in her room. You say, I'm gonna go sleep with Carmela in her room.
Okay, we'll sleep with Carmela in her room. And then when you bitch that we're not in the room with you, remember this conversation.
I'm not bitching at me.
Well, when you bitch that we're no longer in the room with you, I miss my girls. Yeah, remember this conversation.
Did you get all your return tests? How are you, baby?
I can't believe you just said that. So you were gonna kick us out. That's fucking rude. I know. Say fuck you too, bitch. Yeah. I can't wait for you to talk, Carmela. You're gonna remember moments like these, and you're gonna tell Daddy, go fuck himself.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. I'm gonna give her permission.
No, she's not.
Watch. Yeah, I know. I know, ma'am. I know. I can't believe you just said that.
Oh.
I wasn't in a good mood. Thanks.
Well, you shouldn't be in a bad mood. I was freaking joking.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you were not.
No, I was
Give
joking.
me the baby.
No, I'm
We're
not.
gonna go hang out in her room.
No. I want to spend time with her. She's so cute.
Hi.
You know what you do?
Hi.
Do you know what she does with you?
What?
Yo. If you can't take a joke.
Baby, that wasn't a joke.
That was a joke, honey.
No, it wasn't.
It was a joke. I was giggling the whole time.
Give me the kid. Give me Carmen.
No.
I gotta go feed her.
Not that. You were so cute last night. You had your face on your hand on your mom's face. I was watching you for 2 hours this morning. You were so cute.
Hi.